on the screen, blood starts to dance. Tickers run wild like a snake in the grass. Fingers twitch fast, orders thrown in. Dreams on the line, world spinning again. Shots like a maze, my head's on fire. Failure whispers, but I aim higher. Pop test gates trying to shake my pride. Won't stay down, I'll break the tide. Trade the chaos, make it mine. Turn the losses into shine. Grit and sweat, brick by brick. Crack the code and make it stick. Trade the chaos, make it mine. Turn the losses into shine. Grit and sweat, brick by brick. Crack the code and make it stick. Test after test, I'm kissing the edge. Risk and reward, I made my pledge. Futures clash, the screen's alive. Bankroll breathing, it's how I survive. Fear and greed, they speak my name. Fight through shadows, win this game. Strategy tied, I'm locked and loaded. Profit streams, my brain's decoded. Trade the chaos, make it mine. Turn the losses into shine. Grit and sweat, brick by brick. Crack the code and make it stick. Trade the chaos, make it mine. Turn the losses into shine. Grit and sweat, brick by brick. Crack the code and make it stick. Ooh, I'm moody for the bag, man. Like a looking at the tad, man. I'm ready for another tear. We'll keep our stand, get current now. More money for the bag, man. Like a looking at the tad, man. I'm ready for another tear. We'll keep our stand, get current. Trade the chaos, make it mine. Turn the losses into shine.
Boris Schlossberg, Managing Director at BK Asset Management.
BK Asset Management's Kathy Lean.
Hello, guys. Hello. Everybody give me a sound check. Let me know if you guys hear me okay, if all is good, if everything is fine on the platform. You guys are seeing me. Let me know. Let me just make sure I got you guys down here. Looks very good. Okay. Man, it's miserable rainy in New York right now. I got a great session for you guys today. I'm going to show you a couple more tricks of my scalping strategy. Good morning. So we have Jake today, the winner of our free prop. Jake, you can't enter the contest today, but everybody else absolutely can enter the contest. Where's my thing here? Oh, you know what? Hang on a second. Let me just do this. Let's make sure that you guys are. Hang on a second. I'm going to do present, share screen. Sorry, I gotta share the proper screen with you guys. Share. Okay, awesome. Here's the link to the free prop account. If you guys want to do it at the end of the show, we're gonna raffle off $50,000 free Apex account. If you want to just sign up for an Apex account, here's the link. Right over here, you can just get one for an 80% off. So everybody have a great time with this. I want to move this around here and put this over here, and enjoy. I'll remind you a little bit later. But good morning. Everybody's good? Everybody having a great day? All right, I got very, very cool stuff to show you, and we're gonna. Those of you guys who were with me in Asia yesterday may have sort of gotten a little bit of wind of it, but guys, I'm trying to see if I can get my lighting better lit here. Hang on a second. Is it better this way? And I'm trying not to ghost myself here a little bit. There we go. Okay. Trying to get the camera ready. I rolled. I'm trying not to get too much ghosting going. Good morning, Tom. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Bob. Good morning, everybody. Hope everybody's coming into the room. So I want to kind of share with you the basic thesis I had yesterday, and today I'm going to actually expand on it. You can see, wealth charts accounts doing well. We're trading wealth charts the whole rest of the week in the BK scalper mode. And in Asia yesterday, I talked about the idea of focusing primarily on trading trend. That trend is really by far the single best way to compound very, very quickly wins in our trend scalp strategy. You could even make as much as $500-600 in an hour in a good slice trend. For example, if we're looking over here into gold, you can totally see that gold could have been a great trade for over the last hour and a half. Just a complete downward move on the trend side. But I want to add one really, really interesting wrinkle or addition to how I want to trade trend with you guys. So here's my sequence of trend trading events. This is how I want to do this. You obviously want to trade red dots only, right? The whole idea is you want to trade momentum in trend. The red dot tells you the momentum. The blue below the green tells you the trend is negative. Right now, trend is negative, but we have positive momentum. We have green dots coming out, right? But there's this second concept that I realized I want to do that absolutely helps you find the best possible trend trades, scalp trades within the move, which is not only do you want to trade red dots in downtrend only, but you want to trade lower red dots. So, for example, this is a red dot. This is a red dot. This is actually, I don't know if it's actually not a red dot. I'm sorry, this is a diamond, but it's a good example of what I want to show you. This is a red dot. This is a higher diamond, right? If it's level or higher, just visually, that's not what you want to be selling. You want to be selling. So in this particular case, I sell this red dot over here. I make profit. I sell this. I get stopped out. Fine. Where's my next trade? My next trade is on this red dot over here because it's a lower red. I make it. I hit bank. Great. I wait for the next dot. Here's my next red dot. Where is it? It's lower than this one. Absolutely. I want to sell it. Boom. I make bank. I wait for the next red dot. Is this red dot lower than this one? Absolutely. I make bank. I make bank. You just keep going, keep going, keep going. Conversely, when you want to trade reversal trades, what you want on the reversal side is at least two, in this case, positive green dots because it's a reversal trade, but they've got to be higher than so this one has to be higher than the next. It's a very, very simple way to basically eyeball slope, and that gives you that extra edge that helps you trade better. It helps you trade with trend as much as possible. So right now I have no trades because NASDAQ is, well, no, sorry, I take it back. NASDAQ is positive trend. I just didn't take any of the trades over here. But if I get a green dot right here, this is going to be a higher green dot than this one, and it's a positive trend. So I will be taking this trade if I can get a NASDAQ trade. If I get a green dot popping up. As far as gold goes, I have really nothing to do here until I get some red dots in here. Because the reversal trade really should only be just this is the other thing I want to tell you. The trend trade can be continuous. As long as you got trend dots and it continues to be lower lows or higher highs, just press it until you can't press it anymore. On a counter trend trade, you just try to do one and wait. Does that make sense to everybody? Everybody understand what I'm saying? Hey, nice to have you, new trader. This is my own proprietary indicator called BFF, which is an indicator that is available both on TradingView and Wealth Charts. And if you want to get it, you can join us for 6 months. Here's the special package. Where I literally throw everything but the kitchen sink in there. And if you do that, if you get the package, I'll give you 3 free prop accounts. So you could start with 3 $50,000 prop accounts that you can trade. You get them funded. You're ready to go. you'll pay out. The idea is you spend 6 months with me. I teach you how to get those accounts funded, how to take those funding accounts to pay out, and you have the indicator to use it. And it's sort of kind of a free start. So that's basically the idea of what we do here, all day long, every day. Right now, I'm trading these two accounts, hopefully to funding. We'll see. I've already I funded 4 Tradeovate accounts, but now I want to fund some Wealth Charts accounts, and we're going to trade the Wealth Charts accounts on a funding basis as well. Okay. So nice to have you. Who else is new in the room here? Say hi to me if you're a new trader. If you've never traded with us, tell me where you're from. So here we can play if we want to. We've got $1.33 on the candle. Minute 33 left on the candle here. Here we have a reversal signal, and it's a kind of a legit reversal signal because you have lower lows on the red dots, right? Would it be worthwhile for me to take it? If this thing ends right here and a red dot, yes, I'll take it as a reversal signal. Although you guys know this is probably the stupidest thing in the world for me to do because honestly, you know what? We should probably, if we're going to take this reversal signal, we'll take it on the micros because it's 9:30 opening. It's the perfect trap for anybody that wants to trade it. Now here comes a very, very tough kind of a question. Gold is very, very negative, right? However, this red dot is way above this red dot over here. Is it worthwhile to take this this short here? Again, I think the answer is going to be on the micro side. I mean, it's certainly better than taking a reversal signal because this is with trend. But it's kind of I'm sort of torn. I kind of want to sell this gold as a reversal because that's gold is very, very negative trend. I think it's worthwhile for us to do it. Let's just do this. I got 12 seconds to go. Let's see if we're going to get 9, 10 seconds. I'm not going to sell the NASDAQ. I'm going to sell the gold because that is a trend trade. All right. So, okay. Let's see if gold can do its thing for us. And look at NASDAQ really, really crushed. I should have taken the NASDAQ, right? NASDAQ really, really crushed. Would have been a great reversal signal, but that's fine. You can only do one thing at a time in terms of focus. Let's see if gold works out for us. All right, you know what? I'll take the gold at $60 right here. It probably would have hit target, but it was good enough for government to work. We'll take the trade. Still interested to see possible trend trades in NASDAQ. But this whole idea, okay, so right now, it's interesting. We have the second red dot, lower red dot in gold. This is a legitimate short trade. I really don't have any business not doing this trade if this red dot holds because it's a lower low in a downtrend. I really should probably do it. I actually just figured out how to I figured out how to do these, how to zoom in on these charts so you can totally see the the red dot goes away. That's the perfect perfect example of why this indicator is so good. No red dot, no trade, right? Meantime, NASDAQ is just all red dots, but it's a counter trend trade. So really, no trade for us. We could have taken this trade for an easy $100, but I focused on gold instead because that was a trend-based trade. In this case, the counter trend was the much stronger signal. Thank you, Christian. Thank you. Who's Christopher? Sorry. So I take the candle. If the candle's green, yeah. It's the dot, not the candle that matters. It's the dot, not the candle that matters. Absolutely. Ooh, look at this. Now we got a positive. Now here's the problem. Big move. So here's what I'm going to do. This is a perfect example of what I'm talking about. Let's be late rather than early. So see this is a massive reversal, right? Boom, boom, boom. 310 to I don't know if it's massive, but 30 point reversal. But you notice that this green dot is way below this green dot. Now I need to have another candle with a higher green dot in order for me to legitimately trade this to the upside. So I'm going to do nothing right now. And I'm going to wait and see, if this indeed is going to be a reestablishment of the up leg, right? So if you look at this, if we go, let's look at NASDAQ fully a little bit here like this. So what we see in NASDAQ is a very strong up leg here. Take this green dot, take this green dot, take this green dot, all upper green dots, right? Then here we have a green dot that's lower than this one. Don't take this one. Take this one. This one doesn't work. Fair enough. It stops you out even with the best intentions. But then this one works. This one works. This one works. Right? That's the key thing. Now this one is higher than this one, so this one would have worked, and this one would have worked. So as you can see, the majority of them, vast majority of them, work in your direction. So as long as vast majority of those work in your direction, you take on. Basically, now I'm not taking this one because this is the lower green dot. But if this thing goes to green dot, it's a higher green dot, I'll take it because that should be a legitimately clean buy signal for us. In the meantime, gold is kind of reversing here. You can see, and so we were just lucky to take out this one positive trade and just let it go. This is a way to really establish. Yes, we should, Tom. Absolutely. I'm just diving right in because I want to, I have a limited amount of time and I want to show you trades. But absolutely, the rule of thumb is we should just really be waiting for 9:30. But here's the point. What this does is it naturally forces you to do two things. It forces you to trade trend, and it forces you to trade a trend with higher highs and lower lows. The classic definition of trend. Within that very clean structure, scalp trades should work very well, right? It should just be a very clean trade. Man, this thing is just popping. Holy cow. What do we got? 44 seconds. This thing is really taking off. Big volatility candle. I'm waiting for this thing to close. That's the bottom line. We're waiting for this to close, and let's see what it does. But what a big reversal on the open here. $18, $19, $17 seconds. Okay, long. All right, let's see if we get a little bit of continuity here for this. Boom, and we're done. And that's it. And we're done. And that's how you do it. You just focus on the structure, right? Very quick, very easy. You're in the trade. So, and it looks like we may be hinting at a red dot over here in gold, but it's probably going to be a higher red dot. So we're going to wait patiently for it to not trade it. So here's where it gets very tricky. You have a 100-point move in NAS in 6 minutes, right? Vertical move, right? Do you buy this candle? And my answer is no, even though it may very well work. I'll tell you why. Because another way to kind of pace yourself so that you don't chase too many trades at the same time is you want a trade to complete. And once the trade completes, you want a fresh green dot candle. this is a trade that completed within this candle. This is the candle that the trade we completed within this candle. So what I would want to see is just maybe a couple of candles after this, or maybe even this candle completes and another candle with a green dot. I would take that because that would tell me there's just so much more continuity for it. But if I TP'd on the signal candle, I don't want to take that signal candle. What I want to do is I want to TP, pause, signal candle structure. TP, pause, signal candle structure, right? This way it kind of paces me from not taking too many trades, but at the same time really keeps me on the right side of momentum as I do this. So just for example, if this thing does go green dot, yes, I would take it because that is a fresh green dot candle in which I did not take profit. I took profit in this candle, right? You can see it. If we go in here, we go into global chart settings, we go into turn history on. You can see that I took the trade right in here, right? So now that's not a candle I will allow myself to trade. Does that make sense to everybody? Everybody follow what I'm saying, what I'm doing? In the meantime, here's gold in a very, very interesting structure for us. You see it's flashing a little red dot. That red dot is kind of higher than this red dot. It's, at very best, it's an even. And I want a lower red dot to kind of feel that I want to trade trend properly, right? And you can see, no green dots over here. We're kind of exhausting ourselves a little bit. That's fine. What you want to see is consolidation, maybe a fresh green dot somewhere around here in the next 4 or 5 minutes for further scalp positioning. Just this kind of a rhythm, super, super effective. Nowhere near 100. I wish it was 100, that I wouldn't have to work for a living. But 80, 90. If I'm 80, 90, I'm in amazing shape with these setups, right? If I'm 80, I'm okay. If I'm 85, I'm definitely okay. But, if I'm like, 9 out of 10. So here we go. Should I take this? All right, we'll take this. It's not a great trade. I fucking waited too long. Sorry. I was, So the other thing is, if you're going to take it, take it. If you don't want to take it, don't take it. I made a bad mistake here. This trade would have TP'd me, but I took it too late because I was just putzing around. This is going to retrace and take me out. Because the close on this trade was, what was the close on this trade? 92.4, and the low on this was 91.3. So that would have been $1 right then and there. I would have been able to take that $1, and it wasn't even a great trade because it was essentially an even green. I'm sort of ignoring my own rules here. This all goes back to my favorite rule, which is do as I say, not as I do, because I'm gonna impulsively excuse me. I'm going to impulsively press my trades and make a few mistakes, which is fine. I'll lead it if I have to. So, a couple of important things. You know what? I'm going to flatten out on this trade. I took a little bit of I just flattened out on this trade because it's really not a legitimate trade. Let me get rid of the history so we can actually see the dots well, and just trade the dots. So we're not distracted by the historical things. I just wanted to show you the history on the things. So. Yeah, correct. That's correct. 80 points on tick size. These are all done in ticks, as you can see. Yes, all done in ticks. All right. So here's where it gets interesting. Now we do have a red dot, right? $1.40. So I mean, had I stayed in this trade, I would have survived it. It would have made money. It's fine. It was a trend trade. So by its very definition, I was on the right side of the move for the most part. But here's the much better point. I do have a legitimate lower low. This is like a legitimate trade, right? So $1.20 on the clock. This goes down to 0, and we still have the red dot. That's a trade I want to take because this is a trend trade with descending momentum. This is a counter trend trade with a descending momentum, right? Which is also good, and I don't mind taking that as well. So what do we have here? It's a buck. It's a buck one on the clock here too. So we'll see. We'll see what shows up. If this thing stays, I'll take this. This is a counter trend trade. It's by its very definition never going to be as good as a trend trade, but good enough. Like the point is, it's good enough that I want to take it, right? Because it's all about all these 38 seconds on the clock. I think I'm going to go gold first, NASDAQ second on these trades. I'm going to focus on gold first because this is a trend trade. Let's see if we can get ourselves into 25, 24 seconds. I want to be very, very focused on making sure that I take it on the close of the candle, not too early. All right, 10 seconds left. 5 seconds left. 3, 2, 1. So, all right, let's see what happens. We're short on the counter trend. Gold pops against me. Legit trade. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. It was a legit trade. NASDAQ also may pop against me. All of these may turn in my face, but these are all legit trades. It's the thing is, it's not whether they work or not. It's whether they're legitimate or not. Okay, flatten on gold. Gold actually kind of resolves. The NASDAQ counter trend trade always going to be much tougher to trade. The gold resolved, which is fine. We'll take a look at what the NASDAQ wants to do. Okay, so this is a higher dot, not a trade I want to take, even though it's sort of like a lower low here. But you see, it's the dot itself is a higher dot. Even if this wasn't a resolved candle, meaning that I resolved my trade within this candle, so I need a fresh candle to really to begin my trading. Yeah, I know. I lied. I lied. It's New York. Let's have fun. Let's have fun. Boom. We're done on the counter trend trade. You see that? As much as that tormented us, the lower low really, really, proved us. It's all about momentum. It's all about directional momentum. The dots show you directional momentum, and you can, that helps you really pretty much stay on the right side of the move most of the time, right? So both trades resolved. We're now at 51,000 on both accounts, right? Fucking miracle. Okay, so counter trend is simply red dots in an uptrend, right? That's all counter trend is. Green dots in a downtrend, right? That's like number one. But the critical thing that we want in order to make the counter trend trades legit is we need to have lower lows, the red dot. So basically, if I have to have two red dots, one lower than the other. That's why this was a good counter trend trade. This is a good counter trend trade the other way. Two green dots in a downtrend, higher. taking a higher. So for example, if gold gives me a second candle with a higher green dot, I'll take a counter trend trade in gold. Okay. So Nasdaq pretty much unwound the first 15-minute ramp, right? And now we see what they really want to do. It's definitely. I was going to say Wednesdays kind of feels very, very choppy to me. There's just so much news. We've had so much movement already. It's not at all unreasonable for me to think that we're going to be pretty much in chop mode, which is all the more reason for us to be very, very careful about direction of the dots. We want higher dots on the greens, lower dots on the reds, and only within counter trade. So the other thing I was going to say, the other aspect of trend that I like to trade is with trend, I'll keep trading trend on a continuously as long as the trend continues. With a counter trend, I'll just take the first counter trend signal and then wait patiently. So in this case, I took this first counter trend signal that resolved, and now I'm just waiting patiently. As far as gold goes right now, I have a potential counter trend signal setting up over here, $1.21 on the clock, right? $1.14 on the clock. If this thing stays green dot, positive candle, I'm ready to go with it. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Sandy says that's way too simple. That's the whole idea, my friend. We keep it as simple as possible. The whole idea is to reduce the concept to its simplest core. The hard part is actually executing the plan. All right, how much time? We got 38 seconds on the clock. No green dot on the gold. See, the green dot on the gold goes away. Now it comes back, 17 seconds. Now it goes away. I am not moving until this candle completes because this is a very, very sneaky little candle. And I'm not at all surprised because gold is clearly struggling with the counter trend move here. No signal on gold, so we leave it alone. If this one goes green dot, I'll take that one. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Nasdaq, in the meantime, drops through the 200 SMA, still positive trend, but really, really selling off hard, unwinding the whole 15-minute pump, kind of a classic pump and dump. Nasdaq looks like crypto, pump dump, right? The classic pump and dump on the open today. The diamond is a part of the trend signal. This is BFF trend signal. It just it shows up as a diamond. So that's all part of the course. By the way, if you guys who's listening to me on the who's new here, you can join us for free. Get all the explanation. The courses are all recorded in 4K video. My day trading course, which explains all the various strategies, not just the one I'm trading with you here. All of Kathy's Forex strategies, all explained for you, all recorded, like lots of hours and hours and hours of great information, all free for you over there. Let me put the raffle. Did I put the raffle sign up here? I'm giving away free prop account. End of the show today. Go ahead and sign up. Get the $50,000 prop trading account from Apex. Be my guest. Be my guest. Jacob already got one yesterday. The only rule I have is that if you got one yesterday, you can't sign up for the prop now. But other than that, you're ready to go. All right, waiting to see if I get a green dot in gold. Nothing in Nasdaq is sort of just really unwinding its pump and dump. So it might take a while for us to get a good quality signal, which is fine. Like that's the beauty of this whole thing is we just sit here. We don't have to do anything until it shows up. The whole point of me doing all of this is to actually minimize my rapid trading, because I'll trade every minute of every day of every hour, and the whole point is to keep myself from over trading. Looking to see if I get a green dot on gold, and Nasdaq is kind of really curling down here, but nothing. This kind of a situation where the moving averages have to catch up to the price action is requires just a lot of patience on our part. All right, 58 seconds left. Nasdaq gold goes green dot. This would be a second higher dot, worth for us to take a counter trend trade if we can get it. I'll put your name in. There's a new version of this where the reason I forgot your name is because everything got very badly edited yesterday. Today I should be able to have that all the names properly put into the wheel. Well, give it a minute. Okay, so here's an interesting point. You see this green dot over here in Nasdaq? It's well below this green dot, so we're not taking this. But if we get a second candle with a higher green dot, yes, we'll take that Nasdaq trade. Meantime, we're still putzing around 4, 3, 2, 1, no green dots. Wow, look at this. Gold does not give us the momentum move, and rightly so. We don't have a trade here. Okay, now Nasdaq is giving me a second higher green dot. If this candle has a green dot on the close of it, that's a trade for me. We'll take that trade. We will take that trade. Get a little bigger on this, guys. If I get this a little bit bigger like this, everybody's got nice visibility on everything. You guys are seeing the charts well, right? I'm trying to just kind of organize everything as far as possible. Very nice. I see everybody joining the raffle. Go ahead, put some more names. Oh, look at this. Now we're at 40 seconds, and this is now really popping up. So yeah, we're gonna trade this higher high. Sorry, I'm gonna say high and low. It's lower low, higher high. We had a lot of fun last night in Asia with me trying to pronounce VWAP, which is, as I was trying to explain, even if you're a pure English speaker like I am and have been here for like 50 years and speak it like a native, almost impossible for European. Oops, I got to go long. Bye. Sorry, I was putzing around. Okay, we're long here on gold. Let's see if we can get that move up there. For what's my limit? There we go. Come on, hit me limit. Boom, done on gold. You see how easy that was? Wait until you get the punch. Bump. We're done. So gold, TPs there, and you take it. Yeah. So Tom, okay, let's. Would you like me to review the counter trend trade again? Seems like some people are misunderstanding the trade. Gold resolved in 3 seconds. Yes, that's the beauty. You wait for 30 minutes, you take profits in 3 seconds. That's actually the classic scalping method. That should be our motto. Wait for 30. Bank it. Wait for 30 minutes. Bank in 3 seconds. That's literally what scalping is all about. That literally is like, it's better. I think that's probably the best description. I've been like, writing logos, writing taglines for our strategy for the last week, but I think that's probably the best tagline there is. All right, Ali wins the prize. Ali, I'm giving you a free account just for that line. Okay, there's going to be 2 freebies. Ali wins just for being the funniest one today, and then everybody else goes in the raffle. You don't need to go in the raffle, Ali. That one wins the cake. It's true. Scalping, it's just like sex. It's true. Wait for 30 minutes is done in 3 seconds. That is absolutely spot on. I love it. Love it. Love it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, that was funny. That was super funny. So Tom was saying, do I take the trade even if it's below the blue line? Yeah, because the blue, if we're, remember, and I know this, moving averages are, what's the word I'm like, lagging indicators, right? But they're the best thing that we have. And yes, this is kind of a lagging indicator because if you look at the price action is clearly negative. But we've seen many, many times where the moving averages will come down and then they'll flatten out and the price action actually turns itself around. So it's the price action that's going to drag the moving averages back up and forth. So prior to this, Tom is sort of asking me if I had a green dot over here, even though the price was below the blue moving average, would have taken it? Yes, because the blue is still above the red. That's what we have as our anchor, our bias anchor. Now, it's getting very close. Blue is probably going to dip below red. Once we do that, then we're going to start looking for lower reds. By the way, negative trend, right? Here's gold, right? It's negative trend because look at the red. Red is still way, way up there. But it's a higher red, not a trade for me. Not a trade that I want to take, right? So I'm happy to wait here. I get a second red, I'll take it. If I don't have a second red, no harm, no foul. I'm just chilling like a villain. I'm still cracking up about Ali's comment, like how freaking true it is in life. Okay. So just watching the price action, nothing much going on. Blue crosses green. Blue crosses red. Effectively, we're negative trend now. NASDAQ is negative trend. So I get a negative trend and I get a lower, if I get a red dot somewhere over here, I'm short. I'm definitely not taking this green dot, even though, maybe it's a reversal candle. Maybe it's not. But no point in putzing around with this thing. Yeah, that's probably true. That's probably true, Fabio. So you know what? Let's do a little bit of a poll while we're holding. I'm actually curious. This is sort of a little bit of a nuanced poll, I guess. This is just simply very subjective. Do you trade more? I guess my question is, do you make more trades in, and I'm just going to say NQ, I'm just going to use the futures symbols, but it's NASDAQ. And GC. I'm just curious what everybody's trading these days as more. Just more. That's all. Let me know what you guys are trading more of. Okay, here's where it gets interesting, and this is where I'm. Tom, let's look at this in a sort of a full screen format. So you see the blue now is above the red, right? And if we get a green dot here, that's a legitimate buy signal for us. That's a legitimate buy signal for us on this trade. Conversely, this is a legitimate sell. We got $1.30 on the clock. If this red dot holds, that's going to be a sell in gold. Yeah, vote in the poll, guys. I'm actually curious. I'm curious if everybody still likes NQ most, or whether a lot of people are really hardcore trading gold. There's also like people in the room who are just nothing but NQ or nothing but gold. And I'm definitely team NQ in my own preference, but I gotta tell you, it's you're doing yourself a disservice if you're not trading gold, because if you're trading gold in the way that I kind of showed you, it's a really clean trade. It's a clean trade on a day-to-day basis. The only thing I'll say about gold is you can't do size in gold at all. Gold is really choppy. I think 1 or 2 contracts is about all you can do, which is why, by the way, I'm curious who in the room does trade copy, because I think trade copy, this is just my own suspicion because I've never done this. But the great thing about Wealth Charts is Wealth Charts has a free trade copier built in. So once we get comfortable, once we get about 5 or 6 of accounts funded, we'll probably trade copy them just to see how it goes. But I am just naturally suspicious because I see how hard it is for me. If I go 10 lot on NASDAQ, it's rare that I get the whole thing executed once. I'll get 6 and then 4. I get busted up trades all the time. So I can't imagine if you're a trade copier, how all of a sudden you get 50 contracts executed. You're going to have massive diffusion. I'm just curious. Yeah, ES is a very legitimate trade. ES is really a trade for people who are serious about risk, who are not degenerate gamblers. I didn't put that in there because Lee, but this is really directed to the degenerates in my room. But yes, no doubt that ES is definitely a great product. Anybody a trade copy in the room? I'm curious. Because I just call bullshit. I see all these influencers on YouTube. Oh, I made $1,000 today on a trade that made 1 point because I trade copied it on 100 accounts. I'm like, that sounds like bullshit to me, because that's not how the Chicago Mercantile Exchange works. Well, he doesn't trade it himself. And the only way we're going to know is if we trade it ourselves, right? The only way you know anything is if you do it yourself. But I'm asking people who have done it just for your input. If you're, I'm curious. Oh, really? Wow, that really sucks. Wow, I didn't know that. Well, that's definitely shit. Wow. Okay. Well, it's one of those things that's on our to-do list as we get into the summer. We'll play it around. I figured there must be a lag. I just I look at how real life works, and I know what the ladders are, and I see the the thickness of the ladder. You can't put 100 contracts through in a second on any of these ladders. Maybe on ES you could, but that's it. Gold is fucking 5 wide on 5 contracts. Here we go. Gold $1.37 on the clock, giving me lower red. Watching this, let's see if this is going to stay. But this candle stays. We're going to go short this candle. Oh, wow. All right. That's cool. That's really great. Oh, it's good to know. That's really good to know. I had no idea that was such a bullshit thing. I'm generally very dubious of trade copy. All right. Couple of things going on here. Lower red in NAS, higher green in NAS, lower red in gold. Jesus Christ. For somebody who has dyslexia, trying to trade 2 accounts in opposite directions, it's like it's a comedy of errors. basically, as I said, you know what I mean, even though you don't know what I say, right? Who's got like a really bad sense of direction? Like, let me explain to you the thing I hate the most with any map software, especially fucking Google Maps, right? You're in the middle of some European city, Paris, for example, and the first direction is go northwest. I'm like, what? Who the fuck knows where north or west is? I absolutely, like, to this day, I used to always mix up downtown and uptown New York all the time. I would go, we're going up, but I meant we're going down. We're going down and we're going up all the time. My wife, yeah, I am like the worst. Like, but the worst I fucking hate is like, my wife is actually super good at this. My wife is excellent at directions. I'm like, northwest, southeast, shit. She'll always go, meet me at the southeast corner of Broadway. I'm like, what? And then she'll tell me next to Fairway. And I'm like, oh, okay. Give me an actual fucking marker. All right, no, the signal. Oh, look at NAS. NAS recovering. Possible signal in NAS. All right, Nathan. I'm going to put this comment up for everybody to learn. We're going to use Nathan's instructions so we can all learn how to navigate. I feel like this is for all the Woody Allens of this world, people who live in cities, have never seen the sunset or the sun. I'll tell you a funny story as soon as this candle closes. True story, swear to God. My son, who's like 30 now, right, and huge, like fucking huge. He looks like Trevor Kelsey. 22 seconds left. I got a green dot here. I'm watching to see if this candle gives me a signal. No signals on gold, so nothing there. But this has got 9 seconds left. We're gonna watch this carefully. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, long. All right, let's see if this works on NAS. Higher greens, positive trend. Let's see if this is gonna push us out here a little bit. We'll see. All right, you know what? I took 7. You could have taken the full 100, but I took the 7 because I want to focus on the other one. Here's gold giving me a red signal. So good, actually. I mean, this totally worked for full 100. I took like 7 out of it, but it worked for the whole. Again, just you see me just patiently waiting until I get momentum signal. Then I'm trading that. No signal on this candle because this is a candle into which we executed. So now we stay quiet. This candle, on the other hand, is a short candle with a $1.03 on the clock. So if this thing goes, we will wait. Anyways, while we're waiting for the candle to close, true story. My son, who's like 6'4", 215, looks like Kelsey, Trevor Kelsey, whatever the fuck his name. He looks like a linebacker for the NFL. But he was a tiny little kid when he was young, and of course he's a New York kid, right? So. Swear to God, true story. When he's 5 years old, we go up to the Catskill Mountains. My then brother-in-law and sister-in-law had a mountain cabin in Catskill Mountains, which is about two hours away from New York, and it was up on the mountain, right? And it's nighttime, and he gets there, and he looks at the sky. The sky is like black, full of stars, and he looks at me. And he goes, "Daddy, what's that?" The kid literally had never seen stars because of New York City. Okay, I'm selling this now. So sold gold here on this lower grid. Let's see if this works. It works. It doesn't work. It's a legitimate signal. It's short trend signal in a lower move. Yeah. So I had to crack up. Literally never saw stars until the kid was 5 years old. So Nasdaq's backing off a little bit back again. Whatever uptrend it had, it's kind of consolidating. Gold is really, gold is giving me a hard time, and it's fine. If I eat this gold, I eat this gold. It's it was a legitimate trade. We'll take the next one. If it gives us a signal, we'll trade that. You will get 1 out of 8, 1 out of 9 that's going to be, selling the bottom. I can't hit them all, but we hit a lot of them today. Yep, gold takes me out. Fair enough. Fair enough. We will we'll wait for the next signal. If it's truly basing and turn, I still think it's negative trend. It's just a retrace move. And this is the thing about gold. Gold, by the way, is a super spiky retrace signal, which is why I like trading Nasdaq a lot more. But it is what it is. We give it a shot. Fabio hates those directions too. Look up at the sun, put the morning sun to my right to face north. Oh yeah, that's right. Because the sun rises in the east. If I'm looking uptown, that is north. Yeah, you're right. Thanks, Nathan. I'll try to remember that. Watching for the next signal here, guys. This is a lower green dot, not a trade for me. See, this green dot is lower than this one, but if we get the next candle back up, if they want to start to rally the NAS and start moving it towards the 21,500, we'll join that party. All day, any day. It still feels like consolidative to the upside, consolidative to the downside in gold. Here's gold. Give me a second. Red dot. Here's the problem. This red dot is higher than the other one. So could I take it? I could. Is it a quality signal? Not really. But maybe I'll take it. Let's see if we get a little bit of continuity here. One of the really cool things, by the way, about wealth charts that I absolutely love is you notice that I'm trading 2 separate accounts at the same time. So that if something is not working in, whatever setup not working, process not working, or price action really fucking you left and right, it's segregated. Like the shit trades are segregated to one account, the good trades on the other account. That helps you get to target much faster because, if this one is lagging, this one is going to run. And the great thing is to do it with like 2 or 3 accounts where you trade just trend in one account, counter trend in the other account, so on and so forth. And you could literally have 4 separate accounts all on the same page with wealth charts, which is why I absolutely love it. Let me give you the link to 2 things. Number 1, this is our deal where you can get 3 free accounts when you join us right over here. This is the deal. Get everything we have, 6 months, all the indicators, everything you want. That's the best deal I have. And then if you want to just buy them yourself, you can go to Apex, use my code, and get 80% off on that. Make sure that you do. Did I get done on this or no? What happened here? Did I get stopped out again? Oh wow. Damn. I got stopped out again on gold because gold is so spiky. Well, so be it. That's what I mean about segregating accounts, and that's the beauty of it. This account not working today, it'll come back tomorrow. I should have held to my rules. Like I needed a lower red. I didn't press it. I thought there was going to be a chance here, but look, it's the hard part with gold, which will do that quite a lot, is it'll spike against you only then to go into your direction, right? It's less of a momentum trade, it was a great momentum trade earlier. In fact, this is what I would say about gold. One of the reasons why I despise trading gold in New York session is because the real trade in gold is this 7 to 9 in the morning. They love to trade it early in the morning. And then after that, it was getting to much more of a range-based trade where you get a lot of spikes back and forth. But it's, that's fine. We'll get good quality signals in gold. We'll trade them. Oh, here the discounts, guys. This is the Apex discount, and this is the discount for our for all our products, for our product suite. Oh, let me one last link to the raffle sign up. Whoever wants to win the free account. Remember, you can't have enough eval accounts. That's what they're so good for. So sign up right now. I'm gonna raffle it out in about 5 more minutes. Okay. Okay, gold just died. It, like totally no movement in the thing. Okay, hey, now we get a buy signal in NAS. See, higher green, positive trend, $1.33 on the clock. This holds, we'll trade it. If it doesn't hold, we won't trade it. I'm increasing size in gold here because this is a quality signal. It's a lower low trend reestablishing. This holds, we got to take it. If it holds. If it doesn't hold, then it's not a trade. NASDAQ not holding so far. Gold playing around. Gold really dicking around here. Driving me nuts. This 31. What's the lows on the gold here? 77. So it's really it's playing around with with buyers trying to come in underneath support. 31 seconds left. Just waiting to see if I get the continuity signal there. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. So, all right, let's see if this works for us. $86.4, I guess. $86.4. $86.4 is the target. All right, let's flatten out at 172. Pretty good. We took some of that back, and that was, again, example of gotta be patient, gotta take your time. I could have done larger size. I had a lot of confidence in this trade, but I didn't want to show you bad habits. But yeah, I mean, that's fine. We got quite a lot of this back. I still got full day to go to trading. I'll easily get all of this back. In the meantime, the NAS trade looking great. Maybe I'll get it to 51.5. I mean, the game plan is, what do we have? We have tomorrow is Thursday. We have our last day trading. We'll see where we stand. But if we can run these guys to fund it either end of this week or beginning of next week, we're in great shape with very, very good control, right? Very good control. Okay. Exactly. That's the beauty. That's really the key part about scalping is you can afford to be picky because there's always a next good trade around the corner, right? I force a few trades here with you guys because I want you to see as many trades as possible. But when I'm trading myself, I'm actually super picky in terms of where I'm taking the trades. So quick analogy, wealth charts is much better integrated for both trading and charting. I think TradingView is really great for charts. Beautiful interface, looks really elegant, but you need to integrate it with Tradeovate. You have to have two separate screens, Tradeovate on one screen, TradingView on the other, to get the full execution. It also limits you to one single entry. You can't have multiple accounts on the same chart. Wealth charts is just much more flexible in terms of what the trader needs in terms of its things. But TradingView is definitely pretty. I will say that. Try wealth charts. Okay. All right. Speaking of winning free accounts, it's time for the wheel. Let me hang on a second. Let me paste everybody's name in here. Let's go in here. We're going to paste everybody's name. See, this is going to be a lot easier today. So much easier. All right. Are we ready? Are we ready for the show? It's time for us to spin the wheel for a free prop account today. Let me see. Anybody else who wants to sign up? I'm going to give you one last chance to sign up. I'll give you another 60 seconds. Go out there. I'm putting the link into the room. Go sign up. Go sign up, guys. See, now gold really starts to develop its downtrend, right? And if you're sticking with a strategy, you should be able to really monetize it as you go down. But we're going to go back to the wheel. Anybody else signing up? Let me see if anybody else signed up here. Oh, Joe did. Okay. Anybody else? Oh, I see. Mikhail. Okay, let's go. Come on. I'm going to give it 20 more seconds. I'm watching names come in here. Names coming in. And Lauren. Okay, very nice. Very nice. Okay. No more bets. That's it. We're ready to go. You guys ready to go? Okay. Let's do it. Who's winning? Who's going to be winning? It's going to be James. Ooh, that was close. All right, James. So James, the easiest thing to do is email me at boris@bktraders.com. And if you have a PayPal account, that'd be the easiest thing. If not, then we'll work out a different way. But I'm happy to get you a free account. Go get it. As far as the rest of you guys, we still got tomorrow. But that was fun. All right. Very cool day, guys. Congratulations, James. Congratulations, everybody. Good day of trading. We got more and more trades in front of us. Lots and lots of good opportunities. I'm going to try to run this wealth charts a little bit off off screen. I got a trade right now coming up. 6-7 seconds left. We'll take it. I'm going to take it, but we will. I have to go, so we're gonna have to just kind of let it go. Let's see if this trade runs. Let's see, maybe it'll run for me. We'll see. And all right, I'll let it go. We'll see how it goes. All right, guys. Everybody have a wonderful, wonderful day. I'll see everybody tomorrow. Or I'll see everybody in Asia too. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.